Hey there, look at this incredible art of my students. It is time to finish your final project, and I'm here to work with you guys to show you how. So let's go on fine details and look at how we're going to do our fine details on your final project so you can not only ace this project and get the A, but do an amazing job with fine details. You might be asking, how am I gonna do that, Mrs. Smith? You didn't teach me how. Well, I'm teaching you how, so pay attention right now. This is gonna be on Google Classroom. Doesn't matter if you're seeing it straight, upside down, sideways, because you'll be able to see the tools I'm using, use the same tools, and get your fine tuning, definition, and hopefully your atmospheric perspective. Okay, so let's look at what's needed for the A with the grading rubric, okay? It says level A, tones for at least 3 different colors to get lighter in the distance for atmospheric perspective. We learned that with our Claude Monet replicas. We didn't take one color straight out of the bottle, but we used 3 different colors, some different tones, and got lighter and darker shades or tones with the Monet. And we did some grass, and we blended for the foreground and background to have different tones, lighter for the A. Did you guys get that? If not, I'm gonna show you how you can finish your fine tuning with even colored pencil. And you can add some grass in the foreground, and I haven't even added color to that flower, and add some tone, dark and light, for some grass blades in the foreground, overlapping maybe if you have a little dog's foot, like I have on here, okay? Pencil right there, okay? Also, let's see the next thing for the A. It says the foreground has personal expression, detailed drawing, students submitted assignment, and followed directions. Students went above and beyond in effort. Student utilized class time wisely, working on adding more fine details. So that would be what I would encourage you all to do, is use your internet research at this point and see what you can get from the internet for more detail. Like my lion, or you guys are gonna say, whoa, Mrs. Smith, that lion looks so much more dimensional, because they've spent more time on it. So at this point, I need to get my lion, right, if you have an animal, and maybe look at the internet, look at a real lion photograph and add a little more tone right in there, right, for dimension. And this is where you can A, work on your watercolor paper, or B, you can work on canvas with colored pencil or a black pen and add some, oh, if that happens, what do? Sharpen your pencil, okay? Get the right tools. And I'm gonna add some color on. You could A, work on the canvas, B, work on your paper with a colored pencil. At this point, that's what I would suggest for getting your fine tuning, fine details. Now, what if you have a mess up? Okay, I have my cloud that has a drip mark on it. Well, at that point, you wanna finish up with, if you don't have enough time to paint, you could do it with color pencil, but if you do have enough time to paint, I'm gonna get white acrylic, which, remember, white acrylic works like whiteout, and you could put it right on top of your mistake. And I'm gonna work on this cloud, and then I'm gonna overlap or layer the word hope, my theme, afterwards. Now, if that looks not natural, you'll add water. So this is your little tutorial of how to finish a painting. I would add a little detail on my waterfalls and my little cloud of what happens after a waterfall. You get that nice mist. Add some layering and fine details as we work together to make your most amazing masterpiece. What fine details can you do? Well, you might say, Mrs. Smith, your birds are not even colored in yet. So this is where I want to get right into adding all my fine details. Okay, see my birds? All right, so I'm trying to do this both on Google Classroom with the Google Meet and on YouTube for you guys who have your phones to look up, and you can follow along when you're like, what do I do, right? And I'm gonna add my red lava next on that volcano, for you guys who know my personal expression there. And I looked at a photo of the volcano in Guatemala. So what we're doing is fine details. Now I'm gonna use water, because those birds look a little unnatural. I'm gonna add some water lift up some of the color. Uh-oh, some of you guys are like, Mrs. Smith, I messed up. I went out of the lines. And actually, I had a student whose bird got really fat because they went out of the lines. And my bird looks like it's getting fat. So what you could do is wet it and then lift some of the color up with paper towel. Okay, so I wanted to show you some different techniques because we're all going to need now finishing up adding fine tunes. And if you're on the bell work, the end of the month bell work, you are going to get that graded on Friday. So don't forget, this is where I'm going to be looking for tone, dark to light in between each petal. So make sure you use the source that I have on each of your tables. If you're going to be going for the A, you're going to have some tone in there. Tone, dark to light, see it in between there. All right, so over and out, I'm going to keep working on mine, adding my fine details, and hope you guys can use your time wisely and do the same, because you're going to see that person on the boat has no face is going to get a face. So I'm working alongside you guys, trying to use our time wisely. And remember, if you don't have your darker green in the foreground yet, you can, I repeat, use a pencil and do some grass blades in the foreground. I suggest you do. And go for the A. Have a little more dimension in your art. And remember, right now, if you're using pencil, overlapping your painting, that's called multimedia. Sweet. All right, over and out from our art lesson. Can't wait to see yours.